vengeful grimace and a terrible sound. He pulls the spinning high-tension wires down. Helpless people on subway trains scream the guide as he looks in on them. He picks up a bus and he throws it back down as he waves through the building story center of town. Oh no! They say he's got to go, 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 Godzilla! Oh no! There goes Tokyo, go, go, Godzilla! They say he's got to go, 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 Godzilla! Oh no! There goes Tokyo, go, go, Godzilla! History shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man. Godzilla! History shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man. Godzilla! History shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man. Godzilla! 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 History shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man. History shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man. History shows again and again how nature points out the folly of man.
Hello, this is Nagoji here. Welcome to another review. And yes, I know I'm late. I'm very, very late to the party of doing a review on Godzilla X Kong. Very late, mostly because I had to let my thoughts sit in on this movie. Because when I first watched this movie, I fucking despise this. Oh my god. But now I rewatched it twice actually. And my thoughts have changed a little bit. I don't absolutely love this movie, but I don't hate it either. I don't know. It's just, it's not. ugh. Okay, let's get into the characters. The characters, I'm sorry, besides the returning cast, except Bernie's, besides the returning cast, Ja, perfect character. You can't go wrong for her. The Eevee, the Eevee people who are down the hall for nice addition to the cast. Dr. Sanders is good. I like her character. Yeah, she's a good character. Besides the returning cast, besides Bernie's, Yeah, the cast besides returning cast, the cast is pretty much forgettable. Let's be honest. Most of them are just cannon fodder for the monsters or even military personnel. Most of them are either monarch personnel, military personnel. Nobody we care about. Absolutely nobody care about. And before you say, "Oh, what about that? What about the dentist? What about the vet? What about the vet dentist or something? What about that vet guy and Bernie's? Oh yeah, Trapper and Bernie's, those guys. Oh, and people seem to really love Trapper for some reason. I don't understand why, because Trapper, to be honest, is just Bernie's 2.2, 2.0 with a different coat of paints. Let's be for real. He's just Bernie's 2.0 with a different coat of paints. And yeah, I'm, part of me's he's not as bad as Bernie's, but he's still, you can tell he's just a comedy relief. Yeah, he's not as bad as Bernie's, but yeah, he's definitely the comedy relief of this character. He's just a comedy relief character, which, to be honest, don't get me wrong, I do love comedy relief characters, but when they're done well, I like them. And Trapper is not one of those ones that are done well. Yeah, hot take. And yeah, I'm sorry, Bernie's just as bad as he was in the last movie. At least Jaya and Dr. Sanders do have a nice bond together. They are good mother and daughter. They do care for each other. That's the character development I do like in this movie, is the relationship between Sanders and Jaya. Like Jaya doesn't fit in this world, doesn't fit in. So that's what I like about this. That's the character development I do like, that they develop Jaya's character more and Sanders' character, and they also show that apparently Jaya isn't the last of a kind. That there's actually other elite people down the Hollow Earth, which is ruined because they just spent exposition about Skull King. Yeah, you show the Eevee people, and then they sprout exposition about Skull King. Yay! And speaking of Skull King, I'm gonna get a lot of hate on this, but I'm sorry. Skull King is mm, it's probably the worst villain in the Monsterverse. I'm sorry, he is. I'm just sorry. He's the worst villain in the fucking Monsterverse. He is the worst. The worst villain in the Monsterverse. The absolute worst villain in the freaking Monsterverse. Like, I'm sorry. He's just. He is the worst villain in the Monsterverse. I'm sorry. He just is. Like, yes, he's pretty intimidating in some shots, but most of the times, I just don't. I know, I know, I know it was the point to hate him, but I at least want to like him, like something likable about him, like with Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla. At least with Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla and Naruto, there's some stuff that you like about him, that you like about these monsters. And I know what people are gonna say. What about his personality? He's got a wicked personality. Compared to Ghidorah, nope. Just no, no. And before you say, why am I keep comparing Ghidorah? Ghidorah's a Toho monster. I was like, okay, I'll give you that. But the Muto, the Skull Crawler. Well, all original monsters. And especially the Skull Crawler, because the Skull Crawler had a vicious personality, was terrifying, and did have a personality, and was a terrifying villain throughout the movie, and he just ate for fun. And you like how he starts his play, like he does have a personality, especially the big one, no Ramrock. Ramrock, I think that's what they call it. Ramrock, the big one. Ramrock, that's what the fans call it, Ramrock. Ramrock, the big one. Yeah. That one definitely has a personality. It has intelligence. It has loves to play with Kong Brothers fight. And yeah, that one has a personality. All the Skull Crawlers have personality, except for the one she had scared. That one doesn't have personality, but when he came spat, it was like science experiment. Can't hold it wrong. Like the Skull Crawlers have way yeah, I'm gonna go that far. The Skull Crawlers have a way better personality than Skull King. And a way better villains than Skull King. Okay, what about the Mutos? The Mutos are way better villains than Skull King. Most because of how unique the design is. I don't know. I think it's just something with the Muto design that I love. Don't get me wrong, it's not in my top 10 or anything, top 20 actually. But yeah, I don't know. There's something with the design that looks so cool. Like when I first saw that on screen, I was like, huh, that looks pretty cool. And I don't know why people keep on making the Corfield comparisons. It looks nothing like the Corfield. I don't see the comparisons with Cloverfield and this monster. I don't. I really don't. Because the Cloverfield monster has a tail, like a big chest, and has long arms. I guess it's just long arms. I guess that's what people make the comparisons. Is those long arms, but the entire body of the Cloverfield monster looks entirely different from the Mutos. So I don't know why they keep on making those comparisons. I don't see the comparison with the Muto and the Cloverfield monster. So but okay, I'm getting off topic. Those two monsters have interesting villains. So yeah, prove my I proved my point. Okay, and Skull King, I'm sorry, he the only personality he has is he's just evil for being just for the sake of being evil. And before someone says, "But you love Kudajila," from episode 5 to 7 because he loves being evil just for the sake of being evil. Well, that's Kudajira. This is a live action movie. And Scar King, I'm sorry, Scar King is. Besides that first scene he's in, after that first scene where he fights Kong, that's like his coolest moment. After that moment, they never top it. They never top it. They don't. He doesn't have any more cool scenes after that scene. Like he's just a generic villain who just wants to conquer the world. That's basically it. And we don't even know why he wants to conquer the world. No, seriously, why does he want to conquer the world? We never know the reason. There's no reason why he wants to conquer the world. We got no reason. What is his reason? What is his motive for conquering the world? I guess to use Shimo to cause another ice age. I guess that's his main motive. From what I don't know. The EV don't explain what his main motive is for conquering the world. Why he wants to conquer the world. I know his plan. He wants to cause another ice age, but we don't know his freaking motive. Like, what did the Earth people do to him to make him want to conquer the world? He's never seen the outside world. So why would he want to conquer it? Like, what is his motive? I guess he just wants. I guess the only motive I can think of is that because Godzilla lives there, he wants to destroy the world. And Godzilla was the one who trapped Skull King. Just a theory. I think it's just because Godzilla lives on the surface world, and maybe Skull King knows this that he lives on the surface world. So maybe Skull King wants to conquer the surface world, and I guess that's a motive. But that really doesn't make any sense because now you have the entire world against you, and to be fair, there's also other monsters up there, and I'm not sure if just because you got a big old Shimo, I don't think that Shimo is gonna do nothing but that. And plus, you got Behemoth, Methuselah, Rodan. You got all these other monsters that can probably take down Shimo. Yeah, I'm sorry. No. Okay, I'm not gonna stop this Queen Shimu, but I do love Shimu. Okay, that's the one monster. That's the one new monster that I love. At first, I didn't like because of the still image that we got of Shimu, with her looking like she didn't have no teeth, like she just But seeing her in the movie, yeah, I like the design. It's a cool monster. Top 10, definitely top 10. Yeah, she's a cool monster. I like Shimu. Yeah, I think she's a tragic monster and she's a good monster. Yeah, that I like. I like Shimo. She's a good tragic villain. When I movie villain, she's under control by Skull King. Is basically a slave. I mean, and funny place three two of Skull King's control is Godzilla and Kong and Suko. Kong, yeah, basically the same from last movie, just a little bit older, and now has a son. Oh yeah, he has a son. Suko. They brought Kid Kaiju's. For a guy who likes Godzilla Jr. from the Heisei era, I was hoping when I heard that Son of Kong plot detail was in this movie. Yeah, I don't know what I expected. But yeah, Suko is yeah, he's something. Not a big fan of Suko. I'm sorry, I do not like Suko. Suko is annoying, and like when you first see him, that yeah, I was actually cheering in the audience, like, yeah, beat that little shit. That was that was legit me in the audience. It's like, what? Everybody just looked at me, was like, what? It's like, did I say that out loud? Yeah, that was my legit reaction in the audience. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not like Suko at all. Like when you first see him, I do not like him. It's like, really? He's trying to help you, and the first thing you do is bite him. He's just what he was, and you alert the guards, and you look your other people. What, you're just gonna kill Kong for no reason? Like Kong has never met these apes, so why is Kong just gonna go cause a fight that he doesn't even know why he's causing a fight? Because big monster, he's in a fight. So yeah, but Sicko, yeah. And speaking of the other apes are just forgettable. They're basically okay. They're just Kongs. They're just Kongs. I know. I know they're technically chimpanzees or whatever you want to call them. I know a lot of them are just chimpanzees or other types of apes, but mostly those giant apes that live in prehistoric times. At the Otoka, those giant apes that used to live in the biggest ape that was ever discovered by man. They kind of look like those, to be honest. You could probably just find images of that. People know one. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, those giant apes that used to live in prehistoric times are now extinct. But yeah, that's what they look like, to be honest. Yeah. But skulking, not skulking, the apes. The Yeah, it's kind of cool. We got other apes just like Kong, but could they at least make them look a little bit different from each other? Like, yes, some of them look different from each other, but a lot of them pretty much look the same. Like, I can't even tell which is which between these goddamn apes. Like, the only ones I can tell the difference from are the two main bodyguards, the female apes, and yeah, that's about it. Those two main bodyguards who has those spears. That's how you can tell the difference. Those two guys who protect Kong, Skull King, Stone Room, and I guess his posse. But to be honest, most of the apes look the same. They all look the same. All those goddamn apes look the same. I'm sorry, they just do. Nothing really interesting about these apes. Yeah, yeah. And Shimu, who was enslaved by the apes, well, Skull King, by whipping off one of her, ripping off one of her spike thingies and controlling her and hurting her. But yeah, Shimu's pretty interesting. I do like Shimu. I can't really say much because she's got cool powers. She's got a tragic backstory, and she's a pretty interesting character. And Godzilla. Godzilla. He's pink now. He's pink. He's pink. Yeah, great. Just great. He's fucking pink. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right here. One second. One second. One second. You see that? I wear pink. Okay, so I can't say that it. Yeah, I wear pink. Okay, I wear pink. So I have no problems with the color pink. It just doesn't work well on Godzilla. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't. It just don't. And before you say, but didn't Mirikuchi have pink cosplays? No, they were light purple, not pink. They were on borderline pink, but not pink. They were of a purple or red violets. A red violets. They did not turn pink, they turned into red violets. And because of his Magirus. And because of 2000, they were purple. And because of his Magirus, they were red violets. Okay? A red violet. Trust me, I know my colors, and I'm pretty sure that's not pink. That's red violet. You can see in a couple shots that still looks red. Like when he's coming out of the water, you can see some red in there, so you can tell it's red violet. And before you say, but then I'm not gonna. yeah, I just remember that Burning Godzilla did it first. Burning Godzilla did it first. Yeah. Okay. So before, yeah, yeah, Burning Godzilla was the first Godzilla to turn pink. Yeah. Okay. But I'll give that one a pass because it was on the verge of meltdown and it was actually accurate to what happens when you turn pink, when pink radiation comes out. So I'll give it a pass on that. However, Evolved Godzilla does not die. So, yeah, doesn't work. Your pink doesn't work on you, Godzilla. I don't think you're dying. But yeah, I'm sorry. And speaking of the design itself, it's way too proportionate. The chest is too big, the lower body is too small or too skinny. The tail is yet again shortened. Just the amount of times he's shortened the tail, eventually he's gonna look like a fucking chihuahua. But yeah, but man, I'm sorry. His his arms are too big. His feet are too big. Like the proportions on this Godzilla are just weird. And it also plays a really proportioned, like they're just weirdly proportioned. And I thought the minus Goji those plays were really proportioned. No, this one is a title for that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of this line. It's clearly just copying minus one Godzilla and trying. It's not really that good. It's not. And there's also two other Godzillas in this movie. One from the 2019 version, 2019 movie, and GVK, and there's the blue Godzilla, blue thermonuclear Godzilla is what it's called, I think. Blue thermonuclear Godzilla, or just or just blue Goji or something. I don't know. I'm just calling it blue. I'm just calling it blue Goji because that's a way shorter name. Blue Goji, but yeah, he's basically just a blue version of the Burning Godzilla from King of the Monsters. A weaker version of it, but yeah. And Evolved Godzilla himself, yeah, he's overpowered, but I wouldn't consider him the most strongest Godzilla. I still think that honor goes to Final Goji and Burning Godzilla and Super Godzilla. Definitely Super Godzilla. Okay. Actually, that's how it goes to Super Godzilla. Super Godzilla is probably the most powerful Godzilla ever. Yeah, yeah, that's how it still goes to Super Godzilla. Yeah, so it goes to Super Godzilla. Wow, it's pretty sad that video game character is stronger than an actual movie. Actual movie Godzilla. Wow, and GSK. Yeah, I'm sorry that Godzilla just looks so bad. Like his design. I want to say right now, I think I hate this design more than G98. I think it's the worst Godzilla design. Yeah, I'm going that far. It's it's the worst Godzilla design. It's the worst, the pinnacle of the blow, the worst Godzilla design. It's the absolute low Godzilla. I hate it more than Godzilla 1967 design. I hate it more than 1966 Godzilla. I hate it more than pretty much any of the bad Godzilla designs, which I can't name on top of my head. It's basically it's the worst Godzilla design. It's the absolute worst Godzilla design. I'm sorry, it is. And yes, it's overpowered. It's an overpowered Godzilla, but there's really nothing to it when the design doesn't look that great. Yeah, he's got a neat personality, I guess. That he basically just wants to fight Kong because he told him to stay down all Earth and now pissed at Kong for coming up here. So he's gonna fight him for no apparent reason, even though they, yeah, okay. But yeah, I'm sorry, Godzilla is that design is not really that good. Yeah. To be frank with you, I think this is the worst Godzilla design. The worst Godzilla design. And speaking of the other kaiju are pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie. The Titan boa thingy, the Viper, that's what it's called. The Titan Viper, whatever. I think that's what it's called, Titan Viper. I don't know. I don't know what the actual name of the monster is. I think it looks more like an eel than a snake. To be honest, I know it's actually called Titan Viper or something. I think that's what it's called, but it doesn't look like a viper. It looks more like an eel, to be honest. So yeah. And the wolf kaiju, I guess, are pretty neat. They're pretty neat, yes. And then there's that frog kaiju. Looks okay. How original. Made frog into a kaiju. How fucking original. And then, yeah, of course, Doug's in here, who's basically just a meme. I didn't really care for Doug that much in the first movie. And, yeah, not much to it. And then he also got that, and then he also got the giant birds, I guess, and music, and the Warbats, who are also in the movie, and those Hellhawks, they're also in the movie. So cool. Yeah, I think there's a couple more monsters that I probably missed in the movie. There's also that giant skeleton, which is basically just a dead skeleton of a giant behemoth monster. This monster is huge. It's legit like I think like 20,000 meters long. Wait, 18,000 meters long, making it the largest monster on screen. Yeah. So yeah, this thing is huge. But yeah, eh. I honestly don't really care about. Okay, I'm gonna say this right here. I care for the kaiju action. The kaiju action's pretty good. It's good, except for when it's not Skull King. And mostly, kaiju action's good, I guess. The fight at the end is pretty good. Oh, Martha's in this movie. Yeah, Martha's back. She appears out of the cosmos and is back. I'm calling this Cosmos month for some reason because she basically just appears out of the cosmos at the end of the movie. Yeah, she's Cosmos Martha. She's legit Cosmos Martha. Yeah. Okay. Cool. But yeah, the designs. Yeah. Um, not really a big fan of this movie. You know, it has good kaiju action, which I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of. But Skull King is just a pretty pathetic villain, to be honest. And I'm sorry, that design of Skull King is just bad. It's just bad. Look at that design. You tell me that thing's gonna be intimidating with his bald ass haircut, his lanky arms, and yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, I know he's intelligent, but come on, this guy. Yeah, but Ghidorah was intelligent, so what's your points? I'm sorry. Yeah, this movie's just all over the place. And I know people making comparison that see here perfectly balanced and equal equilibrium. Like that Downs comparison, you know which one needs balancing that freaking knife. And put Jetsuke and Godzilla minus one. Well, my version is Godzilla Final Wars and Godzilla minus one. But this one, yeah, not even close. It's not on my top 20. Not on my. It's not the bottom. It's not at the bottom. It's just not. It's not at the bottom for me. It's probably like right in the mid 20s. Yeah, I won't say it's like bottom 10. Not even like bottom 15. Actually, it is in the bottom 15. So actually, it's at number 21 right now. But yeah, it's yeah. I just don't like this movie. I just don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. This movie is just not for me. Just not for me. It's just a terrible movie. Yeah. I'm actually kind of happy that they got rid of Adam Wingard because we got a new director and Adam Wingard's gone. Yes, we finally get a complete movie and not a movie that feels like it's missing some parts to the movie. A complete movie. I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of the Adam Wingard movies of Monsterverse. I think they're probably the weakest of the Monsterverse. Like, if I had to rank these movies, I'll probably rank it like. Don't get me wrong, I do think GSK is probably better than GVK, but that's not saying much. It's not. It's really not. It's really not. I'll probably rank it. If I had to rank the Monsterverse, it would be Squad at the bottom, GVK, GSK, because of 2014. Wait, did I say that right? I think I said Con Squad. Okay. Skull Island, GVK, GSK, because of 2014 in the middle. Because King of the Monsters. Okay, let me move further. I'm sorry. I'm brain fart. Right. Here is how I rank the monsters. The bottom is Squad, and then next to it, and then second from bottom is um, GVK, then GSK, and then next to it is Godzilla 2014, then Kong Skull Island, and then Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and then Godzilla King of the Monsters at the very top. Yeah. That's how I rank the monsters. Yeah, I put Monarch Legacy Monsters at the top. Yeah, I actually do kind of like Monarch Legacy Monsters now. I didn't like. I wasn't a big fan of the first 3 episodes, but I wasn't a big fan of the first 3 episodes. But once episode 4 came around, I immediately it gained my interest back. Yeah, but Uh, I don't know. I think GSK is probably the yeah. I'm I'm just wondering what they're gonna take the next direction for Godzilla. I know they said they want to do some spin-offs, and Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 is actually being confirmed. It's actually in production as we speak, so it should be probably done by the end of this year. Probably by the end of this year, early to mid next year, and we'll probably see it in like release in. We'll probably see it released in the fall, I guess. It'll probably be done like it's in production. I think it got into production like somewhere around July, I believe, June, I think. So it should be done by August. Should be done by probably June, probably March, I guess. March, March of next year, and then they'll do some editing, and then probably release it in September. In September of 2025. So yeah, I'm guessing that's when we're gonna get it, or they're just gonna keep it on production, and they're gonna keep it on production and wait and keep it on and have it be the build up for G for the next Godzilla versus next Godzilla movie, the next Monsterverse movie. And speaking of that Monsterverse movie, yeah, I'm actually kind of excited for it. I'm actually hoping this is the last one. Please let it be the last one because let's be real, where exactly do you go? It's not like you can always do a team up like every movie before it starts to get old. Like I think the next direction this show can go, the movie can go, is probably just a show on monsters. Like just call it Godzilla the Final Battle. Well, maybe not. Yeah, that's kind of cliche. That's kind of cliche. Like we call it Godzilla the Final Battle, or yeah, okay, maybe not the Final Battle, but Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. I guess. I guess that's what you can call it. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, and just end it there. Yeah, like I think we can probably get like a Godzilla. If this is not the last, if the next one's not the last one, maybe the one after is going to be last one because I do think the Monsterverse is going to end soon. Like we can't keep the Toho license forever. You can't keep the Godzilla license forever. Like there's no way you can do that. Like eventually Toho's going to want Godzilla back, and plus licensing agreements don't always last. So yeah, uh, but final thoughts. Uh, if I had to rate this movie, I'll probably give it like a 3 out of 5. I guess that's the best I can give it. 3 out of 5. That's me being nice. 3 out of 5. Yeah, that's the best score I'm gonna give it. 3 out of 5. It went up a bit because on Instagram post I posted on Instagram, I did give it like a 2.5, a 2.5, a 2.5 out of 5. So it went up a little bit just by half a star. So 3 out of 5, I guess. Still not good, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this movie. Like, it's just bad, and it kind of hurts me that this is the highest grossing Monsterverse movie. How is this the highest grossing Monsterverse movie? How? Maybe it's just because it didn't have that much competition. That's probably the reason why it was the highest grossing Monsterverse movie. I guess that's why. Yeah, I honestly don't care, but just yeah. But with that said, this is Anagori sign off. And remember, stay big, G fans.